Welcome to Good and Bad with Gabe Gerry. I'm Gabe Gerry. This is Miki Janosi's second episode. On the first episode, we talked about, what did we talk about?
AirPods
AirPods,
and Jack and Coke.
Jack and Coke. We talked about old Italian guys buying my underage kids alcohol and not molesting them. We talked about doing meth.
Maybe if I had a full head of hair in high school, I could have gotten molested, but no.
Yeah, nobody wants to molest the bald kid. It's like their life is already so hard. Did you get bullied for being bald?
My friends fucked with me.
That's fine.
But I wouldn't call it like bullying.
Some people would call that bullying, but those people don't have friends.
Yeah. I feel like, you gotta have it. I'd rather have friends that fuck with you than like people that were just like nice to you all the time. 'Cause it'd be
Validation for the
it'd be
sake
like,
of
what
validation.
are you fucking hiding?
Yeah.
Just kind all the time and like does no jokes at your expense. Like you can't have like a back and forth. Like
No.
I feel like there's a level of respect you get from that, from being able to take it and then give it back.
Well, being made fun of in general is a position of power. If people are making fun of you, it's because you're either in a position of power. Because that's the one rule that everyone says you gotta punch up. So basically saying if the joke's written about you, that means you're above them. So that's one way. Or if somebody's making fun of you.
I would love you to like go tell this to like a high school kid that like gets the shit beat out of them every day. Like you're in a position of power.
Well, the very complex flip side of being in a position of power is the person making fun of you is threatened by you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing.
I think you could also just be an easy target.
That's also true. Yeah. I mean, there's always that friend but the friend group always says, "Oh, he does it to himself."
Yeah,
because
he
he's
likes
such a
it.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's such a piece of shit. But like,
some people do like that attention.
but also that's a function of being a friend. Is you can do that and like you still love that person. I don't know. It's a funny thing. But yeah, you don't want a friend that just only says nice things to you and validates for the sake of validation. You ever hear that?
I don't think you could trust somebody like that.
No, because that
means that they always have like some sort of like an act that they're putting on. Because nobody's nice 100% of the time.
And like if you had a problem like with your girlfriend, and I was like, dude, you did nothing wrong. Fuck her. Everything's to blame on her. What does that say about me? That means that's probably how I think every time somebody gets in a conflict with me. I probably always think it's their like. So if somebody calls you their friend and they're never fucking around with you, that means they probably take themselves way too seriously or think way too highly of themselves too. So yeah, I'd agree. If you can't take shit from your friends or give shit to your friends, get new friends.
Yeah.
Or kill yourself.
I think suicide is the answer to all your problems. It can be, as Louis put it in like 2019.
It
special.
can be.
Yeah, you could just kill yourself, and then all your problems go away.
Is he wrong?
Mm-mm.
That's some of the best comedy. Is he wrong? No, not wrong. All right. I have never started a second episode with the cards, but I'm in the process of changing the format, and it's going to be a little rickety
Give me
today.
the bucket.
Yeah, he wants the bucket, people. Am I going to give him the bucket? Here, boy. Here, boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I want to know what's on these cards. I hope clean comedy is on one of these cards, so I can just go on a rant about how much I fucking hate clean comedy.
I just watched Jeff Shaw posted his dry bar.
Yeah.
And I like Jeff Shaw. I think he's really good, but just I think dry bar neuters the comics so much.
Before I open this,
okay,
I 100% agree with you. I think dry bar, although it gives a lot of people opportunities, I think that shit is ruining what comedy is.
I don't think it's popular enough to ruin.
Hate that whole idea because, like, if you look at what they put out there, if you look at the censorship that they put out there, it's like no sex, no drugs, no sexual innuendos, no toilet humor, no nothing. All those things are natural things. We all want to fuck.
Mm-hmm.
We all take a shit.
Mm-hmm.
And we all do drugs from one extent to another.
Mm-hmm.
You have a cup of
Most
coffee.
most adults are
Drugs have been in
self-medicated.
a huge part of civilization, and to just
And caffeine is a
yeah,
drug.
and to just like be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna ignore all of those aspects of life. Like what are you gonna say that's gonna like I mean like I know that there are some like clean comics that are good. Like there's honestly I like Nate Bargatze and I like Jim Gaffigan. They're like the only clean comics. But honestly, if you're not talking about fucking shitting, doing drugs, you know what your jokes are all about? Food. They're all just food jokes. You talk about food for fucking
Dude,
like
you ever
45
seen,
minutes.
you know that meme where it's like if your circle isn't talking about stocks, if
Yeah.
your circle's not talking about fucking sucking drugs,
Then they're not funny. No one's funny in that
no one's
group.
funny. Dude, so I mean I agree, but to counter your point about censorship, then don't do a dry bar.
Yeah, no, I get it,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that. I mean, I don't
They're,
think
it's
I would
corporate
ever,
comedy.
yeah.
It's for people to play in like break rooms at hotels and shit like that.
That's like it's so what not comedy is to me.
I agree. I
You
would
know what
agree
I mean?
completely
Like
with you.
I think comedy is something that should never be censored. It should be like it's like the First Amendment in an artistic form.
Well,
It's all about freedom of speech.
Well,
Talking
comedy's
about
not
whatever.
censored.
Yeah.
Just dry bar comedy is censored.
Yeah, but that's like, dude, people like love that shit, and it's just
Old
old.
people. It's old people.
It's old white people.
But here's the thing, dude. Jeff Shaw's dry bar clip that he posted, he had a trans joke in there.
Yeah.
He did.
What, that he looks like he's trans? Because I know
Yeah,
he does that kind of like jokes.
Well,
like he talks about how he looks like.
Yeah, I think it was something like if you're in this room right now, you're either thinking, "Wow, is that the guy from Rush?" or "Oh my gosh, congratulations on your self-discovery journey." Like, "Oh, that's a man. Congratulations," kind of thing. It was a trans joke.
Yeah,
I was like, "Fuck,
he got away with it.
got away with it for real."
And you know who runs dry bar comedy are the fucking Mormons, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's out in Utah. That's where you record a dry bar special.
That
is
makes
in
a lot of
Utah.
sense.
Yeah.
Two drink, two
And
drink
it's just so
maximum.
ironic for a group of people that literally raped their way into a fucking civilization, raped and molested their way into a civilization to be like, yeah, you can't talk about sex.
Well,
No.
that's always what it is, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's always what it is. It's always the hypocrite level.
I just don't want to hear it. I just want to have
You don't wanna-
five.
you don't
I
want-
just want to have 5 wives that are 13 years old, but I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to confront that.
Yeah.
It's like the inability to have self-criticism.
I think that the people that like love clean comedy are probably the most evil people on earth.
Well, you hear it from within the industry. The clean comics are always the biggest assholes, and the most fucked up people on stage are always the nicest people off stage because
Yeah.
they get it out. That's the common sentiment is they get it out on stage.
It's like Cosby yelling at Pryor or like not Pryor, Eddie Murphy for cursing while he's like literally raping dozens of women.
Yeah. Saying you can't. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that on stage. People will get suspicious of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's overcompensation. That's just like we were talking about with the friends. You don't want friends that can't take a joke or give a joke.
Yeah.
What are you hiding? Same exact thing.
Yeah.
Same exact thing. All right, read your card.
Allergies.
Ooh,
Allergies are good.
I'm glad you said that.
We need to weaned out the weak.
Yeah. Exactly.
Survival of the fittest.
Exactly right.
If you can't if you can't touch a peanut,
Mm-hmm.
you should suffocate.
We should suffocate you anyway. We'll choke you out.
If you can't eat a piece of shellfish, yeah, you're done. You wouldn't last in a normal, natural world. Only in this.
It's pretty
in the
ableist of you, Mickey.
Yeah. By the way, if you can't walk, in the fire, dude.
right on the coals.
Yeah, we're not making wheelchairs for you. Allergies, yeah. I mean, they definitely suck.
They keep us in check.
Yeah.
Nature letting us know who's God.
They're good for the pharmaceutical companies.
I mean, how many allergies are there medication for? Isn't all like over the counter, just like mild? Like,
Yeah, but think about how much money that like those people make for just over the counter. Like, dude, every spring and fall they just make a fucking killing, like Zyrtec and all that shit, just from people constantly buying it and coming off the
yeah,
counters.
those are all mild allergies. I think it's funny that like if it's not like a cough or a sniffle that a Zyrtec or a Claritin can't clear up, you need an EpiPen because if you even get close to this thing, you'll fucking die.
Yeah,
There's like no middle ground.
yeah. My girlfriend's also had some pretty bad allergies lately, and it's really fucking annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just fucking tissues everywhere.
It's just like you wake up, it's it's like Jesus Christ, do something about it. I don't know what the fuck you could do, but something.
Do you think what is she allergic to?
Just everything. It's just allergies, you know. It's like pollen in the air or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, we've got a pretty high pollen count these days, is what I'm hearing.
And every season, it's the worst season that you've ever had. I mean it. And my dog's got skin allergies too, so he like itches himself. I gotta take him to go get shots. So yeah, I hate allergies.
I think
I'll
it's
go with bad, but you know what? I just wanted to say good because I thought it was funny.
No, I think it's like it's kind of like shame. You know, shame is a good thing. Shame lets you know, like
Yeah.
if you feel ashamed or embarrassed, that's your brain telling you to correct your future behavior. And some people like refuse to be ashamed. They refuse to ever do anything.
Correct your allergies.
Right. Well, if a strawberry makes you feel weird, okay, in the future, no strawberries. Like that's your body telling you what to do. Like they're
Your body's shamed.
yeah.
It's ashamed of strawberries.
If your legs don't work, that's your body telling you no stairs
Yeah.
in the future. Maybe don't try the stairs. I don't know.
Unless you're one of those guys that can like have crazy upper body
Like
strength.
Joe
just,
from
like,
Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Joe from Family Guy is awesome. He's so funny, especially when they get horned up. Do you ever watch Family Guy?
I used to, yeah.
Every time they're like Joe usually it's always Quagmire and like Peter that are like talking about women, but like anytime Joe gets horned up, he's like super aggressive and like dangerous. Like this dude is definitely a sexual predator level.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, vaginas, like shit like that. Also, I do like how in like the early seasons of Family Guy, Quagmire was just a straight up rapist,
Yeah.
literally raping people on primetime television.
That's the thing about cartoons is you can get away with a lot more with cartoons that you can. I also think that you used to be able to get away with a lot more, dude. Like they're
Without the
speaking
ice,
of
that's crazy.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the Jerry Springer show?
The You're Not the Father? No, that's Maury.
No, that's Maury.
Which
Jerry
one was Jerry Springer?
So Jerry Springer was like I think he was the mayor of Cincinnati or something, and then he had his like daytime TV show and it was just white trash, just fucking fighting.
Yeah, he's
But
the
there
skinny
was
guy
a
with the
guy,
glasses, right?
yeah, there was a guy that had no legs, and he would just like walk around. Maybe it was a girl, I don't know. It was either a girl or a guy, but they would be on the stripper pole and they would be like twirling around. They had no legs, and they just walk around with their arms.
That's equal opportunity employment.
Yeah,
Good for Jerry Springer.
yeah.
And I say good for that guy with no arms or no legs.
Overcoming his disabilities.
We were after the market show. Oh, that's good.
Would you pick?
I don't pick. I don't pick.
You
This
just
show-
said that's good. You could have just handed it to me.
this show's not about me. It's about you. It's about your opinion.
You started this off with this is my show, so I can do whatever the fuck I want. You're gonna tell me it's not about you?
Last night, a black guy asked what ableism was, and I was like, you know, racism. You know how like people will just say anything's racist, microaggressions, basically. I was like, ableism is just like microaggressions against people who have disabilities, and he was like, oh, like it clicked for him. But then like some other white guy popped in there, and he was like, so there's like a systemic imbalance.
Oh
between
my
the-"
god!
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Merriam-Webster came
Yeah.
out to give everyone the
Yeah, so
correct definition of
yeah.
ableism.
Yeah, so he was like, so society's not really built to accommodate everybody. And then I'm me, the fucking asshole, wine junk. I'm like, maybe they're not built for society. And like people did not like that. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Was this a bunch of fucking like Mormons or are we comedians? Like I thought that was pretty funny, but no,
Is that a part of your set?
What, disabled stuff?
Yeah, were you talking about ableism during your set, or was this like
No,
an
no, it was
after?
just
Yeah.
post show
Okay.
conversation.
I would have said, dude, that would have definitely not been the crowd to do like ableist jokes.
No, I do have that one.
That one, dude, that crowd was
It was iffy.
very, very like. It was one of those crowds where like I feel like they had fun, but it's like they didn't want to laugh. They're like, I'm enjoying myself and
I don't see
watching
anything wrong with
this.
that.
Yeah.
Because you want to hear the laughs, but
As a
long as you
comic, that's not what you want, though.
well, I mean, you want to hear the laughs, but as long as you can see the smiles, if they're smiling and engaged, like this, still you're performing well.
Is that as long as they're smiling? What if they're frowning?
That's not good. You need to attack that person. You need to ask them why they're having such a bad time. You need to embarrass them in front of the whole room.
Oh God, you're so funny, dude.
That's my theory.
I see. I personally like it when my crowd laughs.
Yeah, for sure.
That's usually.
I mean, that's ideal.
But it's still a good show if they don't.
I see how you could take what I said that way. I do see that.
Either way, all right. Let me get
another one.
Let me get another one. I hope I get the one that you said was good. Post Malone. I like Post Malone.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. I don't like his music really. I
Oh,
don't
you just
listen
like
to. But I think like as an artist, once you watch his interviews and stuff, you're like, all right, he's a cool guy.
He's like Shia LaBeouf. Even though Shia LaBeouf is
I'm pretty sure Shia LaBeouf's like an insane person.
He's beat the shit. He was the most abusive boyfriend to ever walk the earth. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think like Post Malone is like a good dude. Like I genuinely, I think he's like.
I think any guy sponsored by Bud Light's probably a pretty straight shooter.
Yeah.
I like his music, man. It's fun. I feel just like a rock star.
You better have like an auto tune feature that you can like put.
He's got good songs.
Yeah, I know that like even before he
better now. That's a good one.
Before he like was like doing rap and stuff, he did a couple covers with like a guitar. So like he's like musically talented. He's got a good voice.
A lot
he
of
did
those
just
guys
like fall through the fucking floor in one of his concerts though.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, is he okay?
Yeah, I think he's fine.
He's got a lot of face tattoos.
Yeah.
It's an easy Halloween costume. It's a very easy Halloween costume. Especially for chicks. Chicks do Post Malone a lot. I've seen more chicks dressed as Post Malone than guys.
Yeah. I feel like he'd be a good hang.
Oh yeah, I'm bet he has comedian friends. I'm being honest. Where's he live?
I think he lives in Utah now.
Yeah, he just like has a compound where he makes his music. That's insane levels of fame. Like and money where you don't have to network anymore. People come to you and you just do whatever the fuck you want in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like initially you have to go to one of the coastal cities.
Where
you
the
gotta go
people
to
are,
like
yeah.
New York or LA to like get your like thing going.
Yeah.
Get like an agent or something or like a management company. But like once you are established, you can kind of just really go wherever the fuck you want.
Yeah, well, it's like okay, I have the money. I can pay my necessities for the next 4 months. So I'm gonna spend 2 months writing something, and the next 2 months trying to sell it or something like that. And like that's all my work for 4 months is just sitting in my house in the middle of the woods and writing. And it's really nice. If I want to do stand up, I can go live in the city.
I feel like that only really works with like music though.
I'm thinking more like film.
Maybe film too. Yeah, like writing like a screenplay or
Directors and
something.
stuff,
But
yeah.
like. I feel like for stand up you have to be like interacting with people. And,
well, even
like,
the famous stand ups, they'll still live in New Jersey and they'll just come and do like the cellar, like the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do the clubs and stuff. Or they'll just tour. Like, dude, honestly, like, you think, like,
Philly too is a pretty good city for that because it's only 2 hours away from New York.
True. But, like, do you think, like, once you're established, like, let's say, like, even if you're, like, a cellar comedian, you really think those people are going to open mics? No, they have
showcases.
Yeah,
they just go to showcases.
There's indie showcases, but, like, also, like, you could just tour and workshop on the road.
Yeah, but I still think that those comics that are like your Sam Morril and your Mark Norman, they're still doing
They do
like
showcases,
3-4 shows a night. They're just like at clubs, or they're doing drop-in spots
Yeah,
at
that's
like
fair.
spots and like doing. I mean, they do indie showcases and stuff like that, but I don't think that they're paying $5
No,
to do
they
5 minutes
don't
at 2 p.m. at the Grizzly Pear or something. Like that's just for. I mean, they probably did at one point in time, but
right.
yeah.
Yeah, but also it's crazy. Like, that level is like so far away from where we're at now. But those guys are also so far away from being able to move out of the city.
I think some of them like enjoy living in the city. I think that they could. I think some of them could leave if they wanted to. I mean, think about like Nate Bargatze got big in New York, but he has a big ass house in Tennessee.
Yeah, that's
Which
that's
Tennessee is a really good state to buy.
unreal. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Dude, property taxes are cheap as fuck.
yeah.
You know. Plus, like that's where he's like from and everything, so he probably can just jump into all the clubs there. I think Theo Von also lives in like Tennessee and
Really?
stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, but also those are some of the guys. We talked about this last night. Those are some of the few guys who they really just do stand up and podcast.
Yeah.
They don't do TV. They don't do movies. They don't. They don't act. They don't write. They just like so. That's like a select few. That's like a very select few. Everybody else has to fucking bust their ass. But I would also agree. Post Malone good. I can't think of any reason Post Malone bad. Like even if you don't
I've
like
never heard of any like bad news about him. I haven't heard that he's like
yeah, and like even
he
parents
probably
like him.
smells bad. He looks like he smells bad.
Yeah.
Like he probably looks like the type of guy that maybe goes like 3 days without showering.
Well, he's sponsored by Bud Light.
Yeah.
That's kind of all right. Let's do one more, and then I got some other games to play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little lacking just because I was rushing today, but
Super Bowl halftime shows.
oh, that's a good one. I'm glad someone finally pulled that.
I'm gonna go with bad, unless someone pulls their nipple out.
Janet.
That
Icon.
was the best Super Bowl halftime show. I did like the one recently with like the rappers and stuff.
That was fun.
That was cool. It was a good change of pace, but most of the time I kind of just find the Super Bowl halftime show like
It is
honestly pretty boring.
It's funny that you called that a change of pace because the pace has always been get the 35 to 55-year-olds on board.
Yeah.
And that was what that did. That was not for young people.
Yeah, no, it wasn't for young people, but it was more like I feel like typically you have rock bands that are doing the halftime show.
Yeah.
Unless it's like
Or like one big name.
it's gonna either be rock bands or it's gonna be like female pop artists.
Taylor Swift's doing the next one.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, she's putting a little meat on those bones. You know what I'm saying? She's got a pretty good butt now.
She's getting thick.
She is, bro.
Yeah. But honestly, I don't know. This is gonna probably be my biggest controversial statement. I don't like football. I think football.
Really?
I think football's a boring fucking sport.
Weren't you just watching the Thursday night game?
Yeah, but I only did that because Brian wanted to watch the game and I wanted to get out of the house.
Really?
I could give two fucks about football, and I think it's a stupid, boring sport.
Wow.
I think that like maybe when everyone was beating the shit out of each other in like the 80s, that it was like a great sport. But now it's like you got so many flags, false starts.
Oh, you don't like the
penalties.
You think they're divas.
I don't even think that they're divas. I definitely think it's still a hard sport. It's just it's like baseball now. It's like there's too much dead air in between every fucking play. Like that's why I like basketball, constant motion. Hockey, constant motion. What's going on? These guys are like constantly doing something. Fights, constant motion. Dude, football and baseball are like every 5 seconds, drop the ball. Okay, now we got to restart. Okay, now we're going to punt the ball. Now they're going to drop. Dude, it's
mental.
It's like if slave owners were playing chess with their
Oh my god.
and they're like, let's throw our son in as the quarterback. And everybody else can just like
oh my god.
run routes and stuff. Like it's just the amount of like overturned plays, flags, like just play the fucking game.
Wow.
Just
fired
play the game. Like
and
I feel like
and don't play any music while you're at it. Fuck the halftime show.
well, no, I'm about the music, but just pick like artists that are fucking relevant, now, like or like
Dua
somebody
Lipa, dude.
better.
Dua Lipa would be a hell of a halftime show.
Yeah, dude. Find a girl that shakes her ass and
Mm.
go ahead. Put Cardi B up there and play some WAP as your
Dude.
halftime show. And that's the thing that's the fucked up thing about football too, is they act like they have so much morals and
Yeah,
ethics.
yeah.
They literally like when did they start giving their players health care?
I
Like
don't
within
know.
the last decade? Like literally, they don't give a fuck about their players' health. They don't give a fuck about anything. But like, everyone gets CTE, becomes a fucking murderer, or like, and then like all of a sudden, like the NFL's like, well, actually, we're a very moral organization here. We're just like all old fucking white people that make billions of dollars finding poor black people that are athletic and then exploiting them until they go broke within 10 years of retirement. Until they are of no use for us anymore. But yeah, we're a very moral organization. That's why we don't like it when someone pulls their nipple out in the halftime
Yeah.
show. That's why we don't like it when we have rappers on there and
Hey, they're getting more progressive, man. They had Eminem.
yeah, right?
And Dr. Dre, he's a doctor.
It's all just fucking it's like a corporate horseshit sport, honestly.
It's very corporate.
Very
But it's also like modern day gladiator battles.
like what do people watch the Super Bowl for? Other than the sport, what's the big thing?
The
The
game.
fucking commercials.
No, the game.
The commercials.
Yeah, that's like yeah.
I love to watch the Super Bowl for the commercials. Didn't
Those
you see
people suck.
the really funny Budweiser horse?
Those
Dude,
people are the worst people.
Fuck that.
Those
Fuck
people
commercials
suck.
and fuck corporations.
True.
Burn them down. I hope we have more Black Lives Matter rallies that burn down places like Target and other large fucking corporations. Go to the headquarters.
I do like that all the NFL football fields still say end racism on
Yeah.
the end zones.
End racism, but don't kneel. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Fuck you. Fuck football. Fuck that whole organization. That's why I like fights, dude. You just go in there and they beat the shit out of each other. Let's get to what we want.
The only color they see is red.
Yeah,
Kill that
right.
fucking guy.
Exactly.
Kill him. There's a beauty in that. There's an elegance to that.
No, there is a natural instinct to it. Everybody wants to watch a fight. I don't give a fuck who you are. People love watching two people beat the shit out of each other. That's my favorite thing to watch, hands down. It's actually kind of why I like hockey too.
Hockey's very physical. But no, think about like to the Roman gladiators, the Colosseum. It's like those are very primal. They're entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also very primal. You kill that guy,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, "Yeah, do that." It's weird. When we were going to the game on Thursday night. I thought it was funny, like walking to the stadium. There was like 60,000 people walking downtown to the stadium. Do you think the Romans were ever trying to find their way to the Colosseum? Hey, which way do we go? We go this way or fucking follow the crowd of people?
Someone's scalping tickets outside of the Roman Coliseum.
Yeah, what was the deal with the Coliseum? I know the people that own the Coliseum were rich, but how many rich people
It
could
was
there
like
have
the
been?
emperors, dude. It
Yeah,
was
but
like
how many rich people could there have been? 20? I don't know. Like, was everybody in the Coliseum rich, or was everybody in the Coliseum? Like how
Probably everybody was in the Coliseum.
everybody in Rome. Like how many people could have lived in Rome? 120,000? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't fucking.
Not a doctor.
I feel like going to the gladiator battle in ancient Rome. Like if you didn't, it's because you were in the battle.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody had to be there. It was the place to be.
And then like if it got boring enough, they're like, "Fucking, let's release a tiger in there."
Yeah.
We need to get a starving lion.
People are leaving to beat the traffic? No. Get the tiger.
Yeah, let's execute them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that football had its heyday, which obviously that definitely took a toll on a lot of people, probably, physically. But yeah, I don't know. It's boring. It bores me.
All right, Mickey. I got a couple more games, and we'll get out of here. These are a little half-baked just because I was running late. But we'll start easy. We're going to play this or
It's
that.
very new for you.
Yeah. A half-baked.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll play this or that. You ready?
Shout out bad behavior.
Thanks, bro. Got it. You always got to stay plugging, man. No such thing as bad press. No such thing. As, yeah. Hey, if you haven't watched my special, go ahead check out my YouTube channel, bro.
You're getting some views though.
I'm
Get
happy
some
with
traction.
it. Yeah, it's out there. People have seen it, and guess what? A lot of people also haven't seen it, and so those people will never know that I did something so dumb. They'll never know.
Yeah.
It is good, and even the I only say the same thing on the YouTube comments, even when I post clips, whether it's a positive comment, but especially if it's a very negative comment. And most of the negative comments are about my delivery. Here's the thing: they're all right. They say something shitty about my delivery. I'm like, that's a very good point. It's all I could like. I've already made a lot of those jokes better in my head. So yeah, they're right. But every single comment, no matter if it's good or bad, I just say thanks for watching. Even if it's super mean, it's
Yeah.
like thank you for watching. That means so much to me. Okay, we're gonna play this or that. You
That's how
ready?
you win. Yeah.
That's how you win. That's how you fucking
This
win.
or that.
Movies or music?
I mean, it's like totally a setting thing. Like if I'm driving, music.
You like a Dolby IMAX while you're driving?
Yeah. But like if I'm just like sitting there and I need some entertainment, movies.
See, I'm with
You
you
should
on
do
that.
movies or TV shows.
Well, we'll get relax. We're getting there. We'll break it down. But no, that's like people are always like people who are always like I love music. I want to ask, like, do you like play it while you're driving? Do you play it in the background while you're doing something else? Do you play it while you're walking around, or do you sit still and listen to music? Do you listen to the sounds? Do you listen to the lyrics? Do you not do anything else? You're not on your phone while it's playing. Like, do you really just sit down on the couch and listen to music? Some people do.
Yeah.
Some people really fucking love music. They sit
People
down
that
with a glass
you
of
know
wine
what
and
they
they just
do? They buy records and put them on the fucking record player. And then they're like, I could do that with like live music. I like live music a lot, you know.
live music's great. Usually when I'm at a concert, I'm either drunk or high or a little bit of both. And if I like the music, I let the music play in my background and I just like write in my head. Like I just think
Hmm.
about my stand up at the concert because it's such like a safe space. It's just like I'm not worried about anything else. I just think.
Hmm.
But you like movies.
Yeah, if I'm sitting down on the couch, I'd rather, unless I'm like, because I play bass, so like I'll
Hmm.
learn songs, like then I'll like sit there and kind of
How often do
listen
you
to
practice
music.
your bass?
Honestly, not much recently, but like I like it all depends. Like sometimes I'm in a band, Pizza Ghost, that we kind of just play like every once in a while. Like we'll get shows and stuff, and like when that comes up, like I'll practice. But like
How often do you play shows?
we played 2 shows this year, so not often at all.
No, that's
Yeah,
barely a band. You're just
yeah,
friends.
we're just friends
You
that
guys
play
are just
shows.
friends.
Yeah, but like that, yeah, I'll every once in a while I'll go through a bass phase and I'll just like start
Yeah,
playing my bass
just
and
dust it off.
yeah. But like we'll put it this way, if I'm sitting on the couch and it's gonna be, either movies or music, movies.
Hmm.
But if we're talking about like live entertainment, like a movie or like a live band playing or like watching a play,
Hmm.
live band.
So you'd rather go to a concert than a movie theater,
I wouldn't say a movie theater than like a theater, like a
like
theater
live
theater.
stage play.
Yeah,
Have you been to a stage play recently?
not recently,
It's
no.
quite, dude. It's like worth it. Like it's
Yeah.
super fucking expensive, and it's like, oh,
Unless it's Book of Mormon, then I'll
right,
go
yeah.
watch
It's
that
like,
play.
oh, the theater. What am I 80? But actually, dude, I mean, it's quite gripping. And you know what? Any activity where I'm not allowed to be on my phone, that's a great activity.
Yeah.
I like that. Uh, Film or documentary? Like narrative or documentary?
I'm gonna go documentary.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of things that can be lost in like a dramatization, and honestly, it could ruin like the storyline and stuff. Cause like like
Well,
a lot of
I'm not even talking about like a narrative based on a true event. I'm just talking like Mission Impossible or fucking Planet Earth, like a pure fiction, not based on true events, or documentary. Learn something.
pure fiction,
Yeah,
Planet Earth.
you take the documentary.
I can't really do fiction.
You don't like
Like
just movies? You know,
I like a movie.
like Maltese Falcon, Casablanca, Chinatown, Jurassic Park. You don't like
Yeah,
fiction?
Jurassic Park. I kind of like sci-fi is as
Okay.
deep I could go into fiction, but like if we're talking about like Harry Potter or like when it gets to like magic,
Fantasy. You don't like fantasy,
fucking I can't get into it
but
at
you like
all.
sci-fi.
Yeah, I can get
Sci-fi's
sci-fi.
sci-fi is outside of like all the material, like the setting of sci-fi is the most grounded in reality.
Yeah,
It's funny because like it's always like set in like the moon or something fantastical, but it's actually the issues are very
but I couldn't even get into
relevant.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I never watched it. Yeah.
It was like dragons and shit.
Fiction
Get the
for the sake of
fucking
fiction.
yeah. I just like I
Power
get that
dynamics and
shit.
drama.
My favorite movies are all movies that are like, based on true events. Honestly,
Yeah,
too. Like I love Goodfellas. I
that's
love
fiction.
Casino.
That's all fiction.
Isn't Goodfellas based on a guy though?
Oh, okay, that's fiction. That's
yeah,
fiction.
it's a dramatization, but like it's still like it's based on something. I like movies where
It's
people get
grounded.
really rich and kill people. Those are like my two favorites. Like if it, like Blow, I love Blow. I love Casino. I love Goodfellas.
Okay.
Like if it's like oh shit, like this like could happen. Like this person got really rich.
You living
Wolf of Wall,
vicariously.
yeah,
Yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street. Love that shit. Someone's gotta,
Mm.
yeah.
You live vicariously through the movie. You're the perfect American consumer.
Yeah.
You are who the movies are for.
I guess that's the way. No, I just like things that could actually happen.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I guess you're not, because I guess you would probably, by this definition, you probably don't
No, I'm
like
probably
Marvel
not.
movies.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I can watch them, but like, what the fuck do I gotta watch a superhero movie for? You know?
I'm close to getting over them. I do love Spider-Man. If Spider-Man's not one of your favorite superheroes, what are you doing?
Honestly though, can anyone top Spider-Man 1 with Tobey Maguire?
It's on Netflix. Did you watch it recently?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, the first Spider-Man is still my favorite. Willem Dafoe is the Green Goblin. Dude, what a great that one, but like I mean I feel like everything that just like goes, they just it's too much.
Well, there's something beautiful about those movies before the MCU. And this happens in the first one, but like when you don't have like the large overarching storyline, like when you go back and watch the first phase of the Avengers, like everything that happens now we know it's like, oh, that happened because Thanos was doing whatever. Like 20 movies from now, that's because Thanos.
See, I don't want to watch 4 movies to know what the fuck is going on.
So in Spider-Man 3, notoriously the worst one of that trilogy,
yeah.
he becomes Venom. And how does he become Venom? Do you remember how it happens?
I just remember he gets covered in the black goo or whatever.
So in like the first 5 or 6 minutes of the movie, first 3 minutes of the movie, Peter Parker and Mary Jane are just like having a romantic night at the park. They're making out on a hammock made out of his web. They're just making out. And in the background, you just see a little, imagine a comet, but just like the size of a pebble. You just see it into the ground in the background. You don't know where it came from. You don't know who sent it. All you see is they're making out, and in the background, something lands on the ground, and then the camera shows you the venom molecule crawling out of that rock and up the tree and over onto Peter Parker. That's how the movie starts. You don't know where they came.
I guess he does. I don't fucking know.
No,
I
it
don't
could
remember that.
the movie doesn't tell you where the rock
I
came
thought
from.
Topher Grace becomes Venom.
He does eventually in the movie. He gets infected with it too, but like it doesn't there's no ulterior motive to that rock being there. All the movie's telling you is, "Hey, that rock was there. Deal with it." Like that was there. I wrote down that the rock was there and that's why the rock. And I just think there's something beautiful about that. He got infected by Venom because he just happened to be at the park that day. It's just great.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Wrong place, wrong time. And that's a great fucking movie.
It's probably a good reference to like everyone in 9/11. That was just
Yeah,
the World Trade
yeah.
Center.
No ulterior motive. Nobody knows why those buildings came down.
Wrong place, wrong time.
All right. Wait, so you said documentary? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
True crime or like science?
True crime or science? What would like a science doc?
Yeah, Planet Earth.
I guess it depends on
You know,
what I'm.
maybe
If I'm
something
if
about
I'm trying to go to
volcanoes.
like sleep, I like watching like I like sleeping with the personally I like sleeping with the TV on.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes Planet Earth is like perfect for that.
Yeah.
So watch some
Super
animals,
calming.
fall asleep. But if I'm like trying to get interested, true crime. I mean,
It's interesting.
who doesn't like
Did you
watching
watch the
a
new Jeffrey
serial?
Dahmer thing?
Yeah,
And
but I mean, it wasn't bad. It was definitely better than the movie they made,
the one
like
with
My Friend Dahmer or
yeah,
whatever. Or like that movie was
they
fucking
made that in Cleveland,
terrible.
I think,
Yeah,
because he was from
give us
Cleveland.
some bad rap. Dude, my aunt smoked weed with Jeffrey Dahmer. She
Wow.
went to Revere. Yeah, she said he was weird, and he definitely did get drunk in class a lot.
Really?
Hmm.
Interesting. I
It
don't know
was a
anything
very
about him.
yeah. He was a weirdo, and he
You
would
don't
like
say.
yeah. He used to kill animals,
Yeah.
and he would like preserve them in jars,
Oh,
and he used to get drunk in class all the time.
it's
And
odd.
then I don't know.
But he
I
was
don't
his
know
life was super
his
fucked up.
I don't know if his I think it's like debatable who his first murders were because I don't think he was killing people in Ohio. I think it was once he went to like Milwaukee was when he started killing people. And that's yeah, obviously when it was all, gay black people.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it's a terrible thing to
Wrong place, wrong
do.
time.
Terrible thing to do, but like if you want to get away with killing a lot of people, I'd say gay black people in the 80s
Jesus
was
Christ.
probably like a smart choice. No
Yeah,
one's gonna
especially what
yeah.
was that the 80s, 70s?
Yeah, dude. It was
Yeah.
like the 80s.
Yeah.
Like nobody gave a fuck back then. You
No.
could probably report to the cops, "Oh, a gay black man's missing." Yeah, we'll put that on our list. Bye. And
Yeah.
just hang up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a terrible thing and
Damn, that's
it's a
our thing.
horrible horrible family. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only reason he got caught. He was stepping on their game.
Yeah.
His life was super fucked up though. He had like like he was his foster kid, I think, and his parents beat the shit out of him, stuff like that.
I don't think he was a foster kid. I think that his parents got a divorce and I think he lived with his grandparents and stuff, but I don't think he was ever like a foster kid.
No.
I could be wrong, I don't know.
I'm sure it wasn't a great upbringing.
No. It
Yeah.
definitely wasn't.
All right, last
Wouldn't that
one.
be funny? A serial killer that just had like a great upbringing.
Yeah, he just was bored.
Yeah.
Well, that's psychopaths.
Yeah.
That's psychopaths. Okay. Mickey, you love weed and you have a joke about how much you hate dabs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna list 4 types of weed, and I want you to rank them.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna make you pick. I'm gonna make you pick.
There's 4 types of weed?
Okay. This is very impromptu.
With sativa, indica, hybrid, and CBD?
No. You silly boy. Okay.
I like how you have to write it down. You can't just tell me.
Pick a card.
What does it say?
Rank them. Okay. I'm gonna name 4 types of weed, and you're gonna rank them in order of best to worst.
Okay.
Okay. Dabs, flower, pen, or edibles.
Dabs, flower, pen, or edibles. Honestly, my favorite, as far as like if I could just get away with any setting whatsoever,
Yeah.
is gonna be flower.
Yep.
I like smoking flower.
That's
I like the
cheers.
actual like smoking. Like I like getting the smoke and fucking, And I also think that like it's kind of like a social thing too. Like you
Yep.
can like you smoke with your friends or something.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go flower as number 1. Number 2, I'm gonna go edibles.
Nice.
I'm gonna go edibles because honestly, like I think that they probably have the least amount of effect on your lungs, and they get
Negative
really
effect.
yeah
They have
negative,
no effect on your lungs. It's
yeah
fucking food.
like yeah no effect on your lungs, but it's probably got the least negative effect on your body. Let me put it that way.
Overall.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Safest.
sure the sugar in like a gummy isn't, but
Yeah.
like, compared to like, I think that fucking, I definitely like the pens a lot just because I like to get high in public
Bad
and
news,
not,
dude.
but I think that
I
they
think they're bad
fuck
news.
your lungs up.
I think they're bad news.
I think
Well,
they're gonna
because they're
like,
so you don't know you like
we really don't know that much about them. And then dabs, I'm gonna put at the bottom because it's just I have a whole bit about it,
yeah.
dude. No one wants to bust out a fucking chemistry set and heat up a fucking nail.
That's what we
And
did. That's what we
yeah,
did the other weekend
and
though.
then yours is a little different. Like, have you ever been like at a like a legit dab smoker's house? He's got the timer and he's got like the specific nail that's like made out of quartz or some shit, and you got to heat it up, and then you start the timer and you can't dab for 50 seconds, and then like once you do have to get it, you got to put it down on top really quick and swirl it around, and then you got to like cover it with another thing, and then you got to like
Well, I mean, I do all that. I'm just not fucking
you
hyperactive about it.
yeah, well, yours was like
Also, very loose with it. I don't. The covering it up is so you don't lose any of the smoke. I don't give a fuck about that.
well, it's not
Like,
even technically it's not supposed to be smoke. It's supposed to be vapor, and like yeah, dude, like, because that's why you want to wait the 50 seconds. You want it to be hot enough to where it vaporizes it, but it doesn't burn it. And
Yeah.
dude, it's too much. Just
you're
fucking
gonna get high.
Yeah,
You're
I just
gonna
want to
get
get high. I don't want to jump through all these fucking hoops. And then, like, I don't know. I've had some bad experience. Like, dude, my one drug dealer he had really good coke
Okay.
and dabs. So I did a line of some of the best coke I've ever done, and then immediately did a dab
Oh,
afterwards.
why would you ruin it like that? Oh my god, man.
Dude, I felt like I just should have been a straight jacket going to
Did
like
you
the
did you
insane
feel
asylum.
like did
Like,
you want to
I
do that
fe-
or
I
did
felt
you?
no, dude. It was the pressure.
Yeah, you didn't feel like you could've at
the
the drug
pressure that
dealer's
the
house,
fucking
yeah.
that your dealer's guys
You're
like. No,
at-
you gotta fucking.
You don't want them to think
You
you're a
gotta,
loser.
dude. You gotta do the line, and then you gotta fucking, or no, you gotta do the dab, and then you gotta hold in the dab, and then snort the line, and then blow out the smoke.
I do like the industrialism of that though.
Yeah.
You got to do it this way or it's not gonna work. That kind of
Yeah.
thing. I do like
you
that.
you gotta do it this way.
We used to do choo choo.
And you don't want to be a pussy.
You don't want to be not especially not in front of your drug dealer.
Well, it's not even just him. There's like him, and then there's like 10 people there
Yeah.
that are all fucking playing the bongos and listening to whatever jam band is going on, and
Yeah, I feel that. That's crazy. I could not imagine doing that, dude.
Yeah.
I one time did a line of coke on acid, and immediately I looked at my friend who did it too, and he was just like, "That was unnecessary." I was like, "That's the perfect word for it. That is the perfect fucking word, dude."
Dude, I did acid one time at my friend's house on Christmas, and they had coke, and I didn't do any coke, and it just like I remember being so disgusted by coke because like you could just see like this look in their eyes that was like that look that like let's go to the bathroom and do like a line like and
Yeah,
like
it's a nice. It's
yeah.
fun. It's fun when you're partying
When you're-
and
yeah.
you're drunk.
Yeah, but like I was just like I was on acid and everyone else was doing it, so like I would just be like, dude, they were fucking addicted. Like they gotta go to the
Oh,
bathroom.
really?
And, like,
Yeah.
it's like this is not good. This is not good.
For me, what fucked me up about it was it was near the end of the trip, and everybody was like, "We're gonna go out at." We're in Chicago, and everyone was like, "We're gonna go out after. We're gonna go out after. We're gonna go party." I was like, "I think we're gonna go to bed, guys." Like that's in my head. I was like,
Yeah.
"I don't think we're gonna make it up." So they're like, "No, let's do coke and figure this out." And like, so we started doing coke, and sure enough, we found ourselves on the couch, coked out, no plans to go out. I was like, that was just weird.
Just
But-
to chop up more lines.
yeah, but yeah, for real. But like also like when you're on acid, like there's a purity, like you kind of connect with like the child in you, and you're just like, I feel really good, my body feels really good. Like weed wouldn't hurt, but like it's just like you're putting like that stuff. Like for me, it's like it's like dirty. It's like you're putting that in your body through your nose, and you don't have to be putting that in your body, kind of thing. That's what kind of fucked me up a little bit. I don't know. You got anything else to say?
I think we've done this. How long have we been talking?
An hour 13.
Hour 13.
Yeah, the second one. The first episode was like 32 minutes. The second one was probably about 67, 40 minutes. A little less than 40 minutes, maybe 35, 36. But we're gonna end it there. That's good and bad. Thanks for listening, everybody, or watching, whatever the fuck you do. I don't care. Cut.